The Country Mouse and the City Mouse. A mouse from the city went to visit a friend in the country. The Country Mouse, who was a generous host, brought out the best that he had for his guest. There was plenty of oatmeal and peas, a nice scrap of bacon, and even a small piece of cheese for dessert. While the guest was dining, the Country Mouse, out of politeness, would eat none of these foods, for fear that there should be not enough for both of them. So the Country Mouse nibbled a piece of straw to keep his guest company. When the dinner was over, the City Mouse said to his friend, "My dear friend, I thank you for your courtesy, but I must speak frankly with you. I do not see how you can bear to live so poor a life in this little hole. Why not come with me to the city, where you will have all sorts of good things to eat and a fantastic time? Honestly, you are wasting your life here. When you have seen the city, you will never want to return to this poor and quiet place." After being urged a long time, the Country Mouse finally agreed to go to the city with his friend that very night. So the two mice ventured off together, and by about dinner time they arrived at the great building where the City Mouse lived. In the dining room of this great building, a rich feast was being prepared by the humans who lived in it. The City Mouse sneaked into the dining room, ran about the table, and, picking out the nicest bits, waited upon his country friend. The Country Mouse was absolutely amazed at all the delicious things before his eyes, and was ready to eat to his heart's content. But just as the Country Mouse was about to nibble on a bit of pastry, he heard a cat mewing loudly and scratching at the door.
Meow! Meow!
In great fear, the two mice rushed to a hiding place, where they stayed for a long time, hardly daring to breathe. After hiding for a few hours, they finally ventured back to the dining room. But just as they were about to resume eating, the doors of the dining room were flung open, and in came a crowd of people, followed by a large dog, who barked loudly and ran about the room. The two mice again rushed to escape, and the poor little Country Mouse almost died of fright. As soon as the Country Mouse regained his composure and was able to speak, he said to the City Mouse, "My dear friend, now it's time for me to speak frankly. If this is the city life, then I have seen enough of it. Stay in this place if you wish, but I shall be only too glad to get home to my quiet country house and my plain oatmeal and peas. You may have the luxuries that I do not, but I prefer my plain food and simple life in the country with the peace and safety that go with it."